I don't remember landing here before. There's a big rock. That's as much geographical knowledge as I have. Hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're in the delightful looking Edelweiss Fenix Airbus A320 today, Hotel Bravo Juliet Juliet Lima, and we're on the ground here at Zurich in Switzerland. It's the second sort of Swiss themed charter flight that I'm doing in a row. Yes, this is another charter flight. Thank you very much to Gianotti Diego who has chartered this one. We're going to be going from Zurich, someone's just spawned in, all the way down to Ibiza today. We're going to be going on quite the route. It's about 2 hours 15 minutes block time. He did ask, and I will apologise directly to you, Gianotti, for the FlyByWire A320neo, and he did say Edelweiss, if not possible, and Swiss. I did want to stick with the Edelweiss theme, but I couldn't find a really good, realistic one for the FlyByWire A320neo. So I figured that the airline... Oh. I did figure that the actual sort of livery was a bit more important. The last charter that I did was also Swiss as well, so we'll be doing it in the Fenix today. And either way, we'll get some better noises and stuff out of it anyway. There's aircraft about. There's a Eurowings A319 that is just behind us that I think has just pushed back. Oh, there's an Emirates A380 over there as well. That's just pushing back. Another one there as well. Okay, so it seems like we've sort of stumbled upon a Eurowings party. But yeah, Edelweiss, lovely, lovely livery. And I'm excited to get flying this one today. So we're going to jump into the cockpit and get everything prepared, shall we? So we'll do our usual. Go up top, whack the external power on. We will then do battery. Oh, batteries 1 and 2 first. Come on, Chaz, you know this by now. Master switch on the APU and then start. And then we hit APU bleed, crew oxygen supply, ADIA's nav left, right and centre. We'll do the fuel pumps left to right. No smoking, go to auto. Emergency exits are armed. Strobe on auto. Wow, you're loud.
Juliet is taxiing to runway 10 via Foxtrot Echo 7, crossing 3, 4 and Lima to holding point Lima 9, Zurich.
Anyway, that's all good up there from what I know. We now need to do... Oh, we should really do the fire tests, but that's fine. We'll go to the flight pad, get the data over from SimBrief. I'll show you on the charts our little flight route today. You can see starting up here at Zurich, going all the way down. We fly past Ibiza and then go back on ourselves. We're going to be on the ILS approach today on runway 06. There is nobody on ATC or anything around here at the moment, so we're all golden. We're 22 minutes ahead of schedule, so we've not got that long to get going. You can hear the APU is now started in the background. I'm going to put the QNH in 1021. There it is. I think I've got it set. No, I've not got it set, so it does both. Why did I? I'm sure I did that in the previous video. Oh well, it is what it is. And then we'll come down and set up the CDU, shall we? So we'll go to Atsu, go to init actually, just do an init request straight off the bat. And while I'm doing this as well, I'll get boarding started actually. So let me request boarding and we'll get all this stuff plumbed in. So we are today Edelweiss EDW 4 Golf Delta, Gianotti Diego's initials, flipping heck. And the cost index for today, cost index is, that's one thing I didn't write down, 14 today. And we're going to be cruising at flight level 330. If we then go back over to the fly pad, we'll wait till it's all boarded and everything, and then we'll get our weights in actually. And then obviously we'll get all our departure and stuff in. We'll attach the pushback tug now, why not? On the departure today, we are on the Vebi 4 Sierra on runway 16.
Emirates 87 Quebec, taxiing to the
Vebi 4 Sierra.
Holding point, yeah.
And LEIB. On our arrival, we are on the POS 4 Victor. ILS X-ray for 06. You can hear people in the background all boarding and so on now. Approach via is Demev. Bang him. Cool. Okay. Right. All these lot are boarding and so on now.
Zero traffic, Eurowings 2 Golf, crossing runway 24.
So as you can see, we're sort of taking off from what is our right to our left, and you're taxiing down that way basically to cross the runway on the way down there. God, these lot are loud today. So, we're going to be pushing back, going on to inner, and then on to, oh, what is that? Link 3, crossing runway 24, or is that 34? Crossing runway 34. Oh, I'm on runway 16 today, so I'm going down there. That's where the Emirates is going. These guys are going out on runway 10, but we're going to be going to runway 16, turning around on ourselves back over the airfield, which I find really weird, and then back out. Anyway, we'll get ourselves back into the action in here. We're going to get ready for our performance to be put into the aircraft, actually. So we'll go to the mass and balance, load the aircraft, we'll do it instantly. Yeah, send that to the MCDU. Perf. Oh yeah, we need to do the calculation for the takeoff speeds, don't we? Departure perf. LSZH, yep. Dry, flap config, optimal, force token, no, anti-ice, no, packs off, sync load sheet, sync live weather. Calculate that. 146 V1 speed today. Okay, they're in. Flex the temp is 61. Fantastic stuff. Okay, what else needs doing? I'll just whack constraints on here. Just habit to have, isn't it? Takeoff data and everything is all set. Then we're going to be ready for pushback, basically. We need to put the fuel pumps in the middle on up here, as we are now fueled. I want to get the initial altitude in now. I tend to do this a bit earlier than this checklist tells me. I'm using the FlyByWire A320neo checklist that I got off Flight Sim TO, and I am using my scratch pad as well that I have put a link for in the description. We're going to be squawking 2000 today because there is no ATC on, so let's get 2000 in, and let's write down the Vebi 4 Sierra departure. Okay, that's in there. And looking at this chart, we're going to be taking off that way, turning around on ourselves and going above 5,000 feet. The first stop altitude is 2,000, but I'm going to go for 4,000 there. Put this in over ER. Get 4,000 in. Not sure what else needs doing at this stage, really. I can get rid of the cargo doors now. I'm pretty sure they're all done with. Although there are still passengers getting on the aircraft. Passengers are getting on, but cargo is all good. So let's go to the ground surfaces and close those two cargo doors, shall we? Not quite sure why the passengers are so ghosty in there today. That's really, really bad, that effect, isn't it? It's really strange.
Emirates on runway 16. If you want, you can take off before me. I'm just waiting for a separation because the air wings that just took off are flying to the same place.
Oh.
Alright, thank you very much. Emirates 87 Quebec, departing runway 16 with full zero departure.
This is the A380 going out, actually, so I'll hop outside for a second and have a look at this.
Sir, traffic, air wings 2 Sierra Golf. It's going to take off on runway 10 via the degree 3 Sierra.
That was a very steep angle climb from that A380. We've got a little Scandinavian spawned in next to us. Someone's coming in on ILS runway 14. So 10 is the one that's sort of across us. 14 is the one that's going to be on my left. So I don't need to worry about anything except for runway 10 if anyone decides to land on there, which I don't think they will. As far as I know, we are all golden in here, so we can get rid of the jetway now. All passengers are boarded, and then we can prepare to push back, can't we? So we're going to be going to holding point Echo 2. We'll use full length today. We're going to go Echo 2 for runway 16. We're going to be going via inner, which we will push back onto, Foxtrot, and then Echo. And we will also cross runway 10. Zurich traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta, preparing to push back from stand 9er Alpha onto inner Zurich traffic. Okay, let's get our pushback before start checks on the go. So windows and doors are all closed. We'll just click on here, prepare for pushback and departure. No, I don't want the icing. Oh. We're going to face west. We need to make sure the thrust levers are neutral, parking brake is on, APU is on, and disconnect the ground power. Disconnect that. We'll get the beacon light on, and then we're good for pushback.
Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes are off. It's such a lovely looking livery on this plane, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous. Let's ensure that we are ready to go here. We're going to have engine mode into ignition. Then we're going to have flaps set for flaps 1, speed brakes armed, APU bleed and all that. That's after start, so we just need to get the engine started first once we come to a stop here. We'll let them know where we're going to be going as well. Zurich traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta will taxi to runway 16, holding point Echo 2 via inner Foxtrot Echo once engine started. Zurich's traffic. Zurich's traffic. Nice, Chaz. Okay, so parking brakes are set. We're just going to wait for them to do their thing and then we'll start engines.
Zurich traffic, Air Canada 100, 5 mile final, runway 14, Zurich traffic.
I think Microsoft Flight Simulator, even 2020, still looks better like this, you know, in these conditions when it's a little bit gloomy and it's not quite full sun brightness. I think that's when it looks its best. There she is with the bypass pin. She'll tell us now clear to start engines.
Clear to start engines.
Thank you very much. We're going to put it into ignition and then we're going to start engine number 1.
Please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A320. Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions including the following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket contains exit routes, oxygen masks.
I love this aircraft. I so love this aircraft. We've got Avail on there now, so we will now be able to start engine number 2 on the right hand side. Okay, looks like we've got a good engine start then on both sides. So now we come back down to the procedures list. I keep calling it a checklist, but you know what I mean. Engine mode into normal, flaps go into 1, and then the speed brakes get armed. We're going to come down here and do that. Got an arrival, I think. No, we've not. It was just me being stupid, thinking that that was a plane. APU bleed will come off, and then the APU master switch comes off. We are going to put some anti-ice on, actually. I'm going to put wing and engine anti-ice on because they did warn us about icing conditions and ask if we wanted any of it. Pitch trim and rudder trim, and then we want the taxi light on, and that's when we get going. Just make sure that rudder trim is reset, make sure the cabin door is locked. I'm going to put predicted wind shear on now, because why not? Let's just let them know again where we're going to be taxiing, down to runway 16. Zurich traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta, taxiing runway 16, holding point Echo 2 via inner Foxtrot Echo, crossing runway 10, Zurich traffic. I felt quite good saying that one. Parking brake coming off.
Runway 14,
Nose light goes on.
Via hotel.
Let's get going, shall we? Thanks once again, Gianotti Diego, for chartering this one today. Hope you're enjoying this. We're going to head down to what is quite a gloomy Zurich to hopefully a very sunny Ibiza. Scandinavian there, just off to the side.
Alpha 1, Air Canada.
Air Canada will be over there somewhere. I believe they are already landing. They're just coming out from behind that terminal now in their 737. There they are. We need to get moving here because I'm sat doing nothing on the taxiway. It's just crawling. So we want the auto brakes putting onto max. Seatbelt signs need to come on. Forgot about that earlier. I'm going to ding the cabin. Give them a bing bong. Cabin check. And then we'll do a takeoff config test. Boom. So we're going to be taxiing down here onto Foxtrot and then Echo. So we're just going to be going to the end until we can't anymore. And then crossing runway 10. Hello, darling. Oh yeah, we need to do the thing down here, don't we? We need to click that and then that.
Zurich traffic, Iger 75 of Golf, pushback Echo 53.
Who was that? I've probably subtitled it so you know, but I don't know who that was. It's great to be in the Edelweiss livery. I didn't actually have one saved because it's an airline I always forget about, but they're beautiful, beautiful aircraft. They fly Airbus A340s as well. I think they're some of the older 300. Not sure on the 400 variants. Let's just do a quick call. Zurich traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta, just check in clear to cross runway 10. Yep, all good by the look of it. Zurich traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta, crossing runway 10. Let it roll across, and then we remain on Echo all the way down. It's quite a long taxi down here, this one. It's very quiet on this terminal now. There's Air Canada.
Zero traffic, Air Canada 100, recrossing runway 10 at Kilo. Any traffic present? Zero traffic.
Just to our right-hand side there, actually, is a huge... Oh, we can't see it now. Swiss 777-300. Look at that thing. Big whopper. I nearly went off the taxiway trying to do that last shot, so I've just had to correct myself and try and get a good view of the thing. Just going to have a quick look on the prog page just to see. It's definitely... Yeah, it's got flight level 330 in there, so it knows what our cruise flight level is. That was just something I forgot to check a little bit earlier. All the way down Echo, right to the end to Echo 2. I don't think there's anybody else pushing back or making any sort of movement at the moment, so we should be alright to just get straight on the runway and crack on. The arrival of Air Canada was on runway 14, which is just over to our right hand side over there, so we're not going to be hindered by anybody there, I don't think.
Loading point runway 28 via Delta, Hotel and Bravo.
That guy said runway 28, did he not? Runway 28 is the complete opposite direction. Not quite sure where he's got his information from, but it's not correct. Either that or there's been a wind change and I'm wrong. Who knows? What's that one? That's Echo 1. We're going to go right to the end down here. Did I say Echo 2 earlier? I did, didn't I? Zurich traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta, holding short runway 16. Yeah, this is Echo 2. As you can see there. Okay, so let's just make sure everything's all ready to go, shall we, for this takeoff. So before takeoff, we've got the initial altitude on, radar is on, predicted wind shear, terrain on ND, we're going to pop that on down there. Auto brake is set to max. We will have the transponder on. Landing lights, nose light, and all that good stuff. Landing lights, nose light and runway turn off. Strobe goes to on. Zurich traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta lining up runway 16, Zurich traffic. We'll set our timer on there as well, that little one just there. I know there's a lot of times where I don't zoom in on some of the details and some of the things I'm doing, sorry. But in the heat of the moment, I know where I'm looking and what I'm doing, it's hard to always display that. Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta departing runway 16, Zurich traffic. Up to 50%, maybe a little bit over it. All stabilised, let's go. Okay, Manflex 61 SRS, runway auto thrust is blue. You can see that 777 from all the way over there.
Tiger 75 Golf, holding short runway 28.
I am very glad to hear that. It's moving around a little bit. 100 knots. 120. 140. V1, rotate. Positive rate of climb, so gears coming up. Zurich traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta airborne. Have a good day, everyone. Sounds so good.
Zurich traffic, Tiger 75 Golf, line up runway 28.
It's good of him to wait like that. I really like stuff like that as well. When people play the game, you know, they take extra care to make sure that they leave additional space between you and them when it comes to stuff on Unicom. We're going to be turning left any second now. That little green line is going to suddenly shift over here. Lever goes into climb. Oh, really like the noise when the throttle dips down a bit like that. A little bit aggressive on that dive there, and there is the turn. Long goal turn in this departure.
Tiger 75 Golf, take off runway 28. Zurich traffic.
That was another airfield down there. Can't see Zurich at the moment. We're not quite at S-speed yet, so we can't put the flaps up just at this moment. We'll ding-dong the cabin though. Oh no, actually, no, we do that after flaps, don't we? Sorry, Drew. S-speed has been reached, so flaps come up, flap 0, and we'll put the autopilot in. Give the cabin a little ding-dong. Runway turn-offs come off. Landing lights stay on. I didn't mean to do that. Nose light is the one that comes off. Fantastic. Right, I'll give you a quick beauty shot and then we'll clean up. So strange flying straight back over the airfield. We're going to go to now 5,000 feet, ask the aircraft for that, and we'll then continue the sort of climb up on the departure. So we're going to be above 5,000 feet, then above 6, and then above 7. So let's go for 8,000 feet. Tell it 8,000 and we'll get climbing, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened whilst the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin.
Wow, how lovely was it flying through the cloud like that? That was absolutely awesome, wasn't it? Okay, so we need to be above 5,000 feet this next one. We need to go into standard pressure. We'll square that up nice and tidy for Drew. Make sure it doesn't beep at me and get those both in standard very quickly. Yes, I know. Beep at me all you want. Okay, so we're at 8,000 feet now. We can add a bit more range to this. We need to be above 7,000. I'm just going to tell it to climb all the way up to our cruising altitude now of 33,000 feet. Let's pop that in, and off we go. It's really smart, isn't it, this livery? We'll continue on climbing now. We have to get rid of those landing lights. They are now off. We didn't really do an after takeoff checklist, but everything was pretty solid, wasn't it? I didn't do packs off again for takeoff. That's something I always forget. Nose light and everything came off. We can turn the seatbelt signs off now at this stage as well. We also don't need the anti-ice or any of that. We do have an aircraft reporting ahead of us on TCAS. It's 2,800 feet above us and climbing as well. They're about 15 miles ahead. I can't see anything at the moment. We'll probably get contrails when we get a little bit higher up. We'll be able to see them then. But yeah, lovely start to this flight here this afternoon on VATSIM. Thanks once again, Gianotti Diego, for chartering this. Hope you're enjoying the show. Just going up to 18,500 feet now. It seems like the aircraft ahead of us is on a similar route, so I'm going to have a little look on Volanta. We are just here, and that'll be the aircraft ahead of us actually, because we are that one, they are that one. Is that the guy that was taking off just after us? Is he the one that was just after me? I need to turn that 3D mode thing off, I hate that. Surely not the one that took off from runway... Yeah, it's the guy that was just behind me earlier, so he's taken off straight from runway 28, because obviously I've gone around and done a big loop, but he's gone 28 and gone out that way. Probably would have made more sense for me to do that. Set Zurich as new destination? No, it's not our new destination, you clown. This is us, JJL, gorgeous wagon. So that's him on VATSIM, and that's me on VATSIM. We have a long old way to go down to Ibiza. As you can see, this is quite a popular route. There's a number of aircraft that are all along this same line. Quite a few of them are going into Ibiza. I don't think we're going to get any ATC along the way. It's usually designated by these marks and these sort of green areas. So at the moment, there's nothing for us. Just going to be Unicom all the way down. Oh, I had a notification then, bear with. Is this a friend request? Yes, it's Daniel van der Linden. He's chartered a flight for me before actually. So there we are now friends on Volanta, mate. We now have contrails from the aircraft ahead of us. As you can see, not far at all actually. Less than 10 miles ahead of us. Unsure if we're catching them at this point. Wonder if we can get them to report their altitude. But it is the bloke that was in front of us, or behind us, earlier on. Not disarm the ground spoilers. There's some lovely views as we fly over the Swiss Alps. They're all over to our left-hand side. Fantastic bit of scenery, even if it's low res and it's just little jaggedy pieces and it does that. I like it. I really like it. You do get the real sort of interpretation that you are high up like this. It's dead cool. I'm not sure if we're above the aircraft that was in front of us earlier, but they don't seem to be there anymore. A few towers and grounds and stuff on today. I did notice actually while I was setting up earlier that there was tower on at Manchester Airport. earlier, and I did wonder whether I come into today and don't do a charter flight and just do one of my own chosen flights for a bit of fun and do something else, but nah, we've gone for it and gone for the charter today because I really do appreciate all of you that charter these flights, so it means a lot to me. I really do enjoy putting them together. Like I've said, it takes me on different routes that I've not flown before, and I clearly see that you guys enjoy watching them, so keep them coming. Not long until we go over the waypoint, GEVEA, which is at Geneva. We're going to be then making a left turn. Look at that, we're coming down here now. We're going right over Geneva Airport and then making a left turn on this airway all the way down through Incas, Balsi, and we cross over these airways as well to the MTG, the Martigues. Is it Martigues? VOR? There's a lot of waypoints actually join there. And then over the ocean for a while down the coast of Spain to Ibiza. Whoa, we have just had a close one here, look at that. Is that KLM? It looks like KLM. Let's find out who that was. There's us. Nobody on VATSIM or anything apparently. What about you? Ah, KLM. Yes. Yes, they've just gone past us, so it's KLM 448, which is a Boeing 777-300. Didn't look that big, did it? They are on their way out of Amsterdam. Well out of their way of Amsterdam anyway. We're just about to get to 33,000 feet now, up to our cruising altitude before we get to Geneva. We're going to make a lovely left turn in just a moment, so I'll give you a beauty shot of that. And I'll be back with you when we prepare for the descent. As you could see, we went right over Geneva Airport as well in one of those shots. Well, we were sort of going towards it, but there's some wonderful scenery down here. This looks absolutely awesome, doesn't it? Making our turn now to go further south, and we're going to be going quite a way before we get over the sea. You can see there's loads of mountains and everything for us to cover yet anyway before we get over the water. But now we are at our cruise altitude. I'm going to jump out of the cockpit for a few minutes now, just get a drink and so on, because I'm out of sneak, I've run out. And then, yeah, be back in a few and we'll prepare for the descent. We've just gone over the south coast of France. Well, the sort of southeast coast of France. There's a cruise ship down there, look. But there is an aircraft still ahead of us. They're just making their turn right now. That is the aircraft we were chasing before, which is GSW 755 Golf. I think that's German wings, is it not? They're just ahead of us. They're going to Menorca, so they're on a very similar route to us, actually, on the way down south as we turn now. I'll bring them up on Volanta for you. So there's me, but in terms of VATSIM spacing, there's me, and there's them. Oh, it is... Oh no. No, they're going to Ibiza as well. That's a Volanta user. They've gone from Stuttgart, but they're not on VATSIM, so we won't see them. We do have, though, if I can just click on it, GSW 755 Golf, Zurich to Menorca, so they're going to be just going off to the left, so we're going to be with them for quite a while yet, chasing them down. They're 1,000 feet above us at the moment, and just over to our left-hand side slightly, which is pretty cool, so we get to follow in their contrails all the way down. But look at the reflection off the water now, as we now go over the sea, as you can see, for quite a while. We've still got 266 miles to the top of the descent, so I'm just going to be chilling here at my desk, just keeping an eye on things and preparing for that descent in a little bit. But thanks once again, Gianotti Diego, for chartering this flight. I've really enjoyed this so far. It's lovely to be in the Edelweiss colours and great to be back in the Fenix once again. I know that you asked for the fly-by-wire. I'm very, very sorry about that, but I'd rather have gone for the Edelweiss element of this rather than the Swiss element. So here we are. But I hope you're enjoying it either way. Thanks once again. Right, it's now time to enter our destination data. The Germanwings aircraft that we were following has gone down to Mallorca, and we are going to be continuing on towards Ibiza now. 120 miles left to go, roughly. Well, a little bit more because we go past the airfield and then back. So let's get that destination data in, shall we? We're going to get the METAR for the arrival. We're going to refresh that. It's going to be 1014 on the QNH. So what I'm going to do is quickly pop that in. Go 1014. Square it up, Drew. And put it in. 1014. Pull it to standard. Beautiful. Oh. My stick has disconnected again. I told you that it does this. But my stick has disconnected again. Weird that, innit? Really, really weird. I don't like that at all. So let's get back to this then, shall we? So it's 16 degrees over 12, winds 070 at 8. So QNH is 1014, 070 at 8. And then we have the temp, what is it, 16 over 12 was it? Yeah, 16 over 12. So 16 degrees. Let's go onto the charts and get our navigation data ready. Let's get that ILS. We're going to be intercepting at 3,000. The minimums are going to be, I think we're, let's go 650. I think we're a 651. I can never remember if it's Cat B or C aircraft, the A320. I think it's B. And obviously we want to look also at the charts for the arrival. We want to look at the altitudes that we go down to. There's the runway, so we're going to be going past it this way, above 4,000. First stop altitude. Oh, which one of them are we on? It's Draycott, isn't it? Oh, hello. No flight plan for this call sign. Please check and refile. What? Oh, okay, this guy's coming in after me. Let's get this pre-filed. Not sure whether that's for his benefit or whether he just wants to give me a bollocking, I don't know. Just say apologies on it. So we need to get this down then to 10,000 feet for now. Get ready for the top of descent. 38 miles from top of descent. I'm just going to go back on the charts and figure it out, because in terms of our waypoints, actually, if we... MJV is next, then Nelux is the next waypoint after that. Nelux is on here, isn't it? Nelux is 4.5 to be fair. MJV, you've got to be above 4.5, above 4. Okay, we should really get pressing it now, shouldn't we? Because what was the maths that Drew said? 3 times your altitude, which is 99. That's 120 miles away. We'll get descending now, shall we? Let's hit 10,000. We'll drag that down to 4,000 as well, just to make sure that we're above it. Okay, right then, let's get some beauty shots while the descent begins. Well, we went chasing the sunshine, and we certainly found it, didn't we? Just wondering what Tom 67 Kilo's reasoning is for that. Don't know whether that's because he is following me. I'll show you on Volanta. So I'm here. There's Vatsim me. Is he on Vatsim? He isn't, is he? Where is he? There. He's not even going to the same airport as me. Not sure whether that was just to sort of, you know, remind me that I always should have a flight plan or what, but at the end of the day, he's just sort of giving me a nudge to make it good practice, so fair play. I'll concede. Okay, so when we get below 10,000 feet, obviously landing lights come on, seatbelt signs will come on as well. I'm going to put them on now actually, just so we can get everybody to sit the F down. Constraints will come on in a little bit, then we'll get landing system and so on, and do all of that lovely stuff. We are on ILS X-ray for the arrival. We intercept that at 2,000 feet actually. I said 3,000 earlier on, didn't I? We are well below profile, which is great news. We're doing decent speed. I'm happy. Very happy with this one. Thanks again, Gianotti Diego, for chartering this flight. It's a little bit longer today, but it's a good distance, this one. I like it. Really big fan of this. interesting moment there as the aircraft just went below where the sort of contrails come out, and the condensation completely changed. We then lost that trail from behind us. I'm just sort of looking around the cockpit wondering what to do at this point. We're going to be going into stand 3-1. I've got stand 3-1 pre-selected on my scratch pad thing that you can get from the description. There's a link down there for that. In terms of the runway that we're going to be on today, we are coming in on runway 06, as you can see there via the wonderful Navigraph charts, and then we have the POS for Victor arrival. I tend not to fill this in just in case it changes with having any ATC online or anything. We're going to vacate the runway, go to stand 3-1. Let's just have a look what it's likely our taxi route is going to be. It's not a complicated airport at Ibiza. We're going to come in and we're just going to taxi down by... we're going to come in via Golf 2 on Tango and then Golf 2. I'm intrigued to see who's coming into Ibiza as well, actually. Let me just pop this back down here and we'll have a look on Volanta. Click on Ibiza and see who is active, see what traffic we've got. On VATSIM alone, we've got Eurowings 2 Lima Echo, me, another Eurowings behind us. I think this is in order of when you land in as well. There is Ibiza, the island itself, just over to our right hand side. We're going to be making a right turn soon, as you can see on here, and then we're going to be going past the airfield and then turning around on ourselves. The aircraft is doing a great job at managing this descent though, nice and steady, great speed at the moment. Thoroughly enjoying this one. I would give you a beauty shot from one of the sort of cabin cameras a bit further back, but it's really not enjoying being sort of direct onto the sun. The shadows are going absolutely balmy. Let me just give you a quick look. Look at that. Oh, it's not good. It's not pretty. I don't like it when it does that. I tend to avoid those sorts of views when that's happening. Yeah, look, there's... Oh, I thought I saw a boat down there. There's... Oh no, it's just scratches on my windscreen. I thought that there was a boat on the water, but it's a scratch on the windscreen. Oh god. The aircraft has started to descend a little bit quicker now. We let the profile catch back up and now it's starting to dive down a little bit more. We were a lot of miles ahead of our usual descent point, or the necessary descent point. I'll put that on 20. Put constraints on now on both of these. In terms of auto brake for this one, I want to get off the runway as quickly as I can, so we're going to go auto brake medium today. We're going to make sure that we get out of the way of Eurowings, although I think the Eurowings behind us is... they're actually a long way behind us, to be honest. There's a Eurowings that I can see on Volanta coming in, but that's nothing to do with us. Actually, Eurowings 2 Lima Echo is literally on approach now. Yeah, it's me, Eurowings... Ah, yeah, 128. Where are they? Eurowings 128 is on VATSIM. That's that one there. But their VATSIM aircraft isn't showing up. Usually you get, you know, your Volanta one and then your VATSIM one just behind. VATSIM sort of counterpart isn't showing on my screen. The airfield will be just over there, actually. It'll be visible at some point soon, I imagine. You can usually see it as you fly past. Is it that little thing there? Is that part of it? You can very often see the airfield at Ibiza because you go past it and then back round on yourself. We're going to get towards it and then make a left turn. It should be, yeah. I think it's there. Ibiza traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta coming in on the POS for Victor arrival. Still just going through 15,000 feet, still got quite a while to run, but just downwind at the moment to runway 06, Ibiza traffic. Just got to let them know sometimes, because especially with Eurowings behind me, because I can't see where they are on VATSIM. I've got them on Volanta, which I think is a little bit more up to date, and they are still quite a while behind me, so we should be okay, but you never know, do you? The aircraft's descending well, but it says we're going to get to the bottom of our descent there, which is not exactly what I want. We also do need to slow down now as well. We need 220 knots because that's the restriction. So we can tell the plane to slow it down. I think it knows the restriction though, because look, this purple bar is continually coming down. Pretty sure anyway. I thought it was. You've got to be above 4,000 feet at 220 knots. We're going to be doing considerably more than 220 knots, I believe. There we go, it's just gone purple there now, so the aircraft knows to slow down. It's pitched the nose up a little bit, so it's shallowed out our descent for a second to bring the speed down, then it'll start to bring the nose down with it. And because we'll be at 220 knots as well, we should be able to at least get flap 1 out, which will add a bit more drag into the mix. Been in the air, as you can see, for an hour and 37 minutes so far. Block time is 2 hours 15 on this flight, so I don't think we're going to have done too badly all in all, because the departure was quite quick. Going to put landing system on at this point. I'm going to put the landing lights on as well a little bit earlier than usual. Not going to need anti-icing or anything like that, because it is a lovely, lovely day out there, as you can see, and it is 16 degrees. Dew point is 12. That's all tuned in. IBI 111.10. We're getting further away from it, as you can see, because we're going in the complete opposite direction. Aircraft wants more drag. You'll get it in just a second, because look, we're just going past that marker for flap 1. Let's go flap 1. And we'll put some speed brake in just to assist it. Okay, as you can see, speed brakes are in, flaps are in, we're descending nicely now, back onto profile, and the aircraft is just about managing 220 knots. It's working, basically. It's working. The bottom of the descent is still quite far away though, so I'd like to see that speed continue to trickle down. We're going to need 210 soon. I'm going to leave the speed in manage just because the aircraft will know about all these restrictions and so on. I'm going to bring that down to 10 now so we can see. Below 070. Speed brake's still out, flashing yellow at us, that's fine. I know the speed brake's still out, because when I take it out you start increasing your speed. Look, you silly sausage. No. Fair enough, you've done alright there, plane. At the next one, at the next restriction, it's 210 knots. So when it goes down to that, we'll be able to get to the... actually, no, we won't be on the next notch of flaps, will we? Because that's at 200. The decel point is just between those two, actually, so I could probably maybe put it down to... No, it's at 210 knots, I should say, so we're going to let it do its thing. I don't want to interfere too much, because I'll get it wrong. Making a lovely long right turn in just a second, so I'll give you a beauty shot of this, because the aircraft's got this all under control. Ibiza traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta, turning to intercept ILS for runway 06, Ibiza traffic. Okay, we can go to the next notch of flaps in just a sec. We've just gone below it. It's going to get us to VAP now, but I'm going to tell the aircraft I want 180 knots. 180 knots, going flap 2. You can see that we're under that speed there, that's all good. We could go to the next notch of flaps as well, actually, once we get to 180 knots, but we're not going to do that. Hopefully the landing system will pick stuff up soon. We're coming up to that diamond, which is very tasty. We'll click approach. There you go, Cat 3 single. Fantastic. How many miles to run? Oh, still over 20. So we'll keep it where it is at 180 knots. Runway's just going to be there. We're just going to tickle it here. There it is. It's coming into view now. Ibiza traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta, established on ILS, runway 06, 20 miles to run, Ibiza traffic. I'm worried about Eurowings behind us, I won't lie, but I think we should have enough clearance.
Ibiza traffic, Eurowings 18, turning right to intercept guys.
As you could hear, that was Eurowings 128 just behind me. I will make them aware that we're going to do 180 knots to 6 miles. Ibiza traffic, information for Eurowings 128. We're just ahead of you, but we'll do 180 knots, 180 knots to 6 miles, just in case of it getting a little bit close. So we'll do 180 as long as we can.
Yeah, Roger, we turned down as well to 170 knots
I don't tell him that I can't hear a word he's saying. Hopefully I've been able to subtitle that, because it's one of my pet hates that they have the microphone all the way over there, and it's like a floor mic that just listens to the whole room and all of the echo. Still, we're coming in, we've got landing lights on. Let's just do our landing checks, shall we? Cabin crew, let's advise them again. She did just give us a little message a moment ago, but that's fine. Auto throttle is on, auto brakes are ready, flaps are not set just yet, we're on flap 2, speed brakes need to be armed though, we can bring those up there, landing gear needs to come down soon, and then ECAM memo needs no blue on it. 12 miles, once we get 10 miles we'll tell them. We are on the glide slope. We are intercepted. Lovely. Ibiza traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta. On the glide slope, ILS runway 06. 12 miles to run, Ibiza traffic. Where is the runway? There it is, just there. We're slightly sideways here. There's a little bit of a crosswind, 13 knots. It's slightly behind us as well, so it'll be pushing us to the runway. Oh, big frame stutter there for a second. I think this is my first time landing at Ibiza. I flew from Ibiza to Manchester. I don't remember landing here before. There's a big rock. That's as much geographical knowledge as I have. Okay, so we're going to bring the gear down and go to our VAP speed when the little runway gets to about here. So we're going to click that in, get the aircraft to manage it, and then we'll go flap 3 and flap full.
2,500.
Thank you. And then we'll advise them all of 5 mile final. Don't think there's anybody going out at the moment, so we should be alright. Let's do it. VAP in, flap 3, gear down. Today. Aircraft is slowing down big time, and we'll go flaps full. Ibiza traffic, Edelweiss 4 Delta Golf, 4 Golf Delta, 5 mile final, runway 06, Ibiza traffic. Okay. Thank you again, Gianotti Diego, for chartering this flight today. Hope you're enjoying the video, mate. Let's land at Ibiza, shall we? I'm going to take the autopilot out when we get the 1000 call out, which will be in about 200 feet's time. But look at the delightful Ibiza. I mean, some of this isn't fantastic, but what can you do? Very nicely established on the glide slope here. All looks tasty. 1000 call out coming up.
1,000.
Autopilot's out. It's my aircraft. Oh, come on. Luckily the auto throttle in the Airbus is very good. We're a little bit below glide slope. I'm going to look at this screen and manage it from here just so I get a little bit more detail on the cross. Get back where that glide slope wants us. Then when we get the minimums, I'll look out the window.
Minimum.
Continue. Ibiza traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta, landing runway 06. A little bit above at the moment. It's alright, we'll catch up with it. White, 2 red.
Light slow.
Yeah, we're a little bit below.
Light slow.
Whoa! Oh my days, that's one of the biggest stutters I've ever had. I hope that showed you in real time.
20. Retard.
Oh. That was a big old stutter, that was. I don't think I can be blamed if that landing is a little bit shoddy. Okay, vacating to the left. Ibiza traffic, Edelweiss 4 Golf Delta, vacating runway 06. God, it came to a stop though, didn't it? Wow, it came to a stop. Okay, we vacated at Echo 5. Let's get past this line. Okay, and we'll hold here. Actually, no, we'll just get taxiing. We'll get on with taxiing. I'm pretty sure that we were going to go in here, weren't we? Was it Golf 2 I'd written down? Yeah, Golf 2. So we're in here. Taxi light on. Landing lights off. Runway turn-offs off. Strobe goes to auto. Let's clean up the flaps. Clean up the ground spoilers. Get the APU master switch on. And then APU start. Flippinack. Welcome to Ibiza, everyone. That was not my finest landing, but I don't think I can be completely blamed for that one. We're going to write down that we vacated at Echo 5. And we're going to go to stand 3-1. We're going to get that on GSX. Gate 3-1. Apparently it's a heavy gate, but that's fine. We're going to take up a load of room. And we'll roll her in, shall we? That certainly got busy quickly, didn't it? How far behind was Eurowings? Have they landed? No? Oh, they're just up there, I think. Where are they? Taxi light off. I put it on takeoff, didn't I? Lordy. That's one bit that's difficult to do, is once you've landed is manage everything. I usually do come to a stop, as you've seen before. Not turned into the stand particularly well here. Going to give it a shove on one engine. Oh, it looks like gate 3-1 is... Oh. I see. It's angled. Eurowings has vacated behind us already. I didn't realise that it was an angled gate like this. It's for heavies, so... Makes sense, really. We are crawling it in. I mean, it's just going to come to a stop on its own by the look of it. It has. Okay. Well, that's fine. Parking brake goes on, and let's just make sure we've got that after landing checklist all sorted. So speed brakes have been disarmed, flaps retracted, TCAS goes on to standby. We're going to put that onto TA as well. I'll just on that. APU, yeah, master switch, predicted wind shear off, all the good stuff with the APU, landing lights, yeah, nose light and so on. Okay, so shutdown list, we have parking brake, nose light is off, runway turn-offs are off, APU bleed we need to make sure is absolutely on. We have the APU showing is available, and that is us here at the gate. Okay, let's get shutdown underway then, shall we? We've got the parking brake on, so we just turn the engines off now. Engines 1 and 2 coming off. Okay, then we turn the fuel pumps off. We'll turn the beacon light off, and then the seatbelt signs can come off as well. And then we'll request deboarding from GSX. Oh, it's already done it. Okay, fine. I'll just go f myself, shall I? And that's it from us here at Ibiza. Thank you once again, Gianotti Diego, for chartering this flight today. It's been a very busy one, but I've certainly enjoyed myself. I hope you've all enjoyed watching this as well, because, I mean, look at the conditions. It's beautiful. We went chasing the sunshine, and we went and found it down here in Ibiza. As always, you can charter flights via my website. There's a link in the description to do so, and for the scratch pad that I use for my VATSIM flights. Thanks as ever for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next episode.